أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة نساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار أعاذنا الله منها وإياكم. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us an opportunity to be here in this very blessed day of Jumuah. As you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Kids, you cannot talk, you have to listen, okay? No talking back there. Sisters, no talking, kids, okay? Be quiet. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. All you who believe, what is the proof of your belief? That when is Yawmul Jumu'ah, whatever you do, you leave it. We have our son who was born yesterday. He came and faced his parents and said, oh mom or dad, I don't want to do no fahisha. I don't want to do no zina. I want to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to get married. In this day and age, had this son gave their parents $1 billion and go around and disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it would be nothing. They control the money back at him. But to face their parents and say, oh dad, oh mom, I want to get married. Even I was so happy, I cannot say I was more than happy than the parents were disclosed. Because of the fitna that these kids are facing. And once they start working, they have a job, they're free. They can have their own apartment. They can do whatever they want. As a parent, there is nothing you could do. You can only call them and talk to them, and if they want, they can block your phone. You can call all day long. Even if they don't block your phone, you can tell them to do something, and they say, no, Dad, I'm not going to do it. And yes, there's the temptation. Ono wametumia wanayo go to Haruna ni Georgia, Juma no Jule to go to Harton. There is the temptation that this world and this society gives. and all the trap of shaitan. So once again, wallahi, today we are happy. We're proud of our son. We're proud of our daughters. And if I just end here the khutbah, wallahi, that's good enough for me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Save yourself first and save your family. Different communities, even if not our communities. Wallahi, when you look at them, how they act, what they do, you just shake your head. You wish you would never have set foot in this country. You wish that we never have kids in this country. Yes, the fitna is all over the world. But for most of us, we come from a Muslim country where at least you can hear the adhan. Where it's easy to take your kids to the masjid and pray. Where they can hear the people talk. Beer is haram, zina is haram, pork is haram. So they know even without studying, they know it. Over here, in the south and west side, or most of it, what you have? A corner store, liquor store in every corner. You see people drinking, eating pork, eating goat, you know that they do, especially in summertime. So everything that is haram, and this is a temptation that they go through. A temptation at school, a temptation within their phone, and a temptation in front of that computer. It's all shaitan talking to them. It's all shaitan to say these kids are not educated. Many of us here who are old agree. You try to explain, I don't agree. Let's go back to the time of the Sahaba, where the lady, the wife, will say at the door and says her husband on his way out to go and look for haram. Today, nowadays, we just want the money. We just want the car. We just want dunya. How we get it? This is the land of kuffar, so we can do whatever we want. Inna al-arda lillah. Chicago, New York City, Makkah al-Mukarramah, Madinah al-Munawwara, all being created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is haram in Makkah al-Mukarramah is haram in Chicago. What is halal in Makkah al-Mukarramah is halal here. Allah is Wahidul Qahhar. He created us. 4 months in the mother of our wombs, when the malaika leave into what is in the womb, the first thing that they will get in this life. The Prophet ﷺ said, the fitna of Bani Israel was woman. And he said, the fitna of my ummah is money. Many of us, we come here, I leave early in the morning looking for dunya. My wife wake up the kids early in the morning. The kids, they don't even get the proper sleep that they need, and throw them into the daycare center, running after the weekends. When my wife comes from work, she's so tired. Go watch your TV, watch your gadget, leave me alone, I'm so tired. And this is how we educate them. 10 minutes a day from the mother to the kids, they don't have it when it comes to talking to them about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As a father, I don't have 1 hour for them this entire week. Or I can say the entire month. Or sometimes, wallahi, the entire year, if I go back and see how long I have sat down with my kids seriously and not asking them, have you done your homework? How many will come and say, have you made your salah? Have you read the Quran? But the homework, we never play with it. So we show them within ourselves that what's important is the homework. What's important is the dunya. You know what?
Al-Akhirah is not that important, it can wait. And who's teaching them? The system. And once they grow up without deen, without tawheed, without knowing who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, without knowing who the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is, without knowing the Sahaba, as Allah said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, without knowing what is the purpose of their life. They got taught with the obey the system, it is dunya. And when they start rebelling against you, you shake your head. How dare you? You say something to your kids and the kids easily say, Mom or Dad, you're lying. That's a lie. Us, even if you are drunk, talking to our parents, we know what they say is wrong. We know what they say is not the truth. We will just smile and find a very nice way of saying other than that. But we will not cross that line. Because they gave us the love, they gave us the proper education, and most of our moms did not work. And wallahi, because we got the best of education, many of us, when we came to this year, we did not speak a word of English. But we have the dedication. We have the proper foundation that wherever you put us, we can survive. And we did survive. We got our driver's license. We got whatever we needed in this life to make it. Now we have to see and ponder. Even 1 of 100 that our parents gave us, we do not even give our children. Dad is going, working maybe 25 hours out of 24. And sometimes mom is working 30 hours out of 24 for dunya. Why? Our risk is already written. We will get it. The priority is not getting money and do what with it. The priority is to make sure our kids get the proper Islamic education, the proper Islamic upbringing, the proper way of living properly as a Muslim in this society. So that after school, when they go to apply for a job, they can proudly say, yes, I am a Muslim, I need my day off on Friday. Why? Because I have to go and pray Jumuah. And oh, by the way, I pray 5 times a day. If 2 or 3 times, I need 10 minutes break in order to make my prayers, because I cannot wait to go home. It's not guaranteed I'm going to make it home. Okay, young man, we can do that here. Okay, sir, thank you, but no thanks, I don't want your job. من يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا. Wallahi, if they do that, Allah gonna open a way out for them. We have many brothers or some brothers in our community, when they go and look for a job, the first time they tell them, I'm a Muslim, I have to pray. And many times not only they respect them, but when it's time for prayer, they'll say, oh Abdul Rahman, oh Abdul, it's time for prayer. Don't you have to go pray? Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Some of them, they get a Friday off. Some of them say, we cannot give you Friday off, but we can let you go to the masjid and come back. No problem, that's the deal. But if they do not have and appreciate this deen, and know who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, the one who created the 7 heaven and the 7 earth, wallahi, they cannot go and face their bosses and say, I am a Muslim, because that's not how they were raised. And when they start rebelling outside, when they start falling into the trap of shaitan of this world, And slowly but surely they start going out away, slipping away, slipping away, slipping away, until they start talking back to you. Until they start even fighting you. Now you raise your head, you shake your head, and you start talking. I raised you, I gave you life, I gave you whatever you want in this dunya. But you did not give them what was necessary for you to give. Sisters, you can walk. If your husband allows you to work. Or if your husband didn't allow you to work, you're not supposed to work, period. And yes, brother, this is America. If you say you're Hawaii, she will not work. The divorce court is waiting for you. That's what we face. And many times sisters work hard. It's good. And instead of being a teamwork with their husband here in this country, no, they are a teamwork with their own family back home. Whatever that family back home needs, they work 26 out of 24 hours to provide for them, while this husband here is suffering. Oh, you know what? Islam says you are the man, you have to provide. But Islam said also you have to obey your husband. Islam also said you have to stay home and take care of your children. But you only know Islam when it has to come with providing, your husband has to provide. That Islam is good. Wallahi, sisters, you can work. Nothing wrong with that. But if your work interferes with the education of your children, that's a loss. That is a loss. And Allah gonna ask you about how you have raised these children. Because He's the provider. And many a time, because we fell into this fitna, into the trap of shaitan, now we just look for money, we just want to get all the money however we get it. Halal or haram, I just want the money. The Sahabiya, they used to stand at the door and say, my husband, when you go out there, bring us halal. If you don't see halal, don't bring it, we don't want it. You can survive hunger, but we cannot survive the punishment of Jahannam. We are all familiar about the story that the Prophet ﷺ told us. About this guy going in the middle of the desert, slept and lost his camel. He raises his hand and says, Ya Allah, help me. Allah look at him. Allah knows he's the only one who can help him. Allah wants to help him. But Allah asked him a question and asked me a question and asked all of us a question until the day of judgment. He said, I want to help you. I'm al-Ghafur Rahim. I'm al-Wadud. The lover, the source of love. But how can I help you? Your food comes from haram. Your earnings come from haram. Your clothes are from haram. You raise in your head. Yes, I see you raise in your head. I want to help you, but I cannot help you. He dies starving, famished. Why? Because he lived out of haram. What is the source of our income? How are we getting our income? Is it the halal or the haram way? You can answer that question. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa alhamdulillah kulli hal wa alhamdulillah ala ni'mat al-Islam kafa biha ni'mah. Another story of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Another person went in the middle of the desert and lost their camel. And after he lost all hope, he said, let me sleep under a tree. And then patiently wait for that. He slept. And when he wakes up, what he sees in front of him? He sees the camel in front of him. He was so happy that he held the rein of the camel and said, Ya Allah, I'm your Rabb and you are my servant. But Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala smiled at that. You know what he meant is, oh Allah, I'm your servant, you are my Rabb. But he was so happy. He said, oh Allah, I'm your Rabb, you are my servant. Why? Because of taqwa. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, ittaqullah, have the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Haqqa tuqatihi, to the best of your ability. From your own life, to your family life, to your life in general. وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ, make sure you do not die. Make sure you don't come and meet me. إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ, except in a state of submission to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we live like that, we don't even have to teach our children. They can learn from us because we are the first teachers of our children. In about 2 weeks or less, as you know, we're going to have a very important guest. Some of us will live to welcome this guest. Some of us might not live to welcome this guest. Some of us might welcome this guest and will not end. And this guest is the month of Ramadan. The month of forgiving, the month of forgiveness. As you know, last Ramadan we cried because we could not come to the masjid. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the life, the opportunity to be here in this year, make sure no one beats you in Safar Awwal in the masjid, wallahi. That shows last year, yes, we regret it. And this year, Allah, make sure I'll come to the masjid and no one will beat me to the masjid. Oh Allah, yes, I missed it last year. And there's many people, by the way, who passed away because of the corona. So if we are still here, that means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has saved us. And Allah said, وَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If we are thankful for the blessings, I will always increase it. I will end with this. Wallahi, today we are happy as a community. We are proud of Muhammad Shoaib, who was getting married today. And we encourage all the youngsters, all the kids in their age, to follow his footstep. I know you shouldn't follow the footstep of someone else, but because that someone else taken out, you have to take his responsibility. So soon, inshallah, we want all the youngsters to follow. And wallahi, we wish them the best. We're going to ask their parents to make dua for them, and each and every one of us to make dua for them. Because it's going to be an example in our community for them to have a very happy marriage, so that we can say, see, if they can do it, you can do it. So as parents, we have to be helpful, patient with them, and stay away while watching over. And let's reboot or restart or reset our priorities. As parents, we should know, yes, our priorities should be our kids. Our priorities should be the upbringing of our kids Islamically, not looking after dunya. This Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken care of, He's going to take care of it. And our priorities, we should know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already written our risk. We shouldn't look for money anyhow. We should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because soon is going to go and meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless this marriage. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them long life. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them an offspring that's going to be raised according to Islam. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide all our young who haven't get married to turn their heart to get married. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give our children the proper Islamic upbringing. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to inculcate the tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our children. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make them the ambassadors of Islam and the Muslim, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on earth. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen the iman. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless our boys and girls so that they can marry between themselves. Wallahi, that's the pride that as a parents, you could never thank Allah for that. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya alladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. اللهم ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا اللهم ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم ادخلنا في رحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم ارحمنا يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم توفنا مسلمين والحقنا بالصالحين اللهم ادخلنا في جنتك الفردوس الأعلى برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمني ويرحمكم الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استعيتوا ولا تقلبوا فتقلب قلوبكم تراسوا. Inshallah, there's two announcements. One is if you can give us 2 minutes, Bashir, not 3. One announcement to make, and after that, inshallah, the marriage that is announced, we're going to do it, celebrate it here. For those who can wait, inshallah, they can wait. After the ceremony, we're going to have food to serve, inshallah. We're all going to be quick, inshallah. So. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إن بطش ربك لشديد إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد هل أتاك حديث الجنود فرعون وثمود بل الذين كفروا في تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط بل هو قرآن مجيد في لوح محفوظ. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر إلا من تولى وكفر فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر إن إلينا إيابهم ثم إن علينا حسابهم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Inshallah, there is a 2-minute announcement. Onam kadi seni the fee there on sita announcement from Gasi. Inshallah, harai and toki to program inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Bashir Habib. I work for PCC Primary Health Clinic, and I'm the Director of Finance. Now, I'm here to talk about vaccination. Inshallah, this masjid and Walgreens and MCC and Council of Islamic Organization have joined together to vaccinate 500 people in this community, in this masjid. So what we want all of you to register today. There will be 2 rooms, one for women, one for men. Now, to give all of us an assurance, I have done my vaccination, and this is my card. I did mine in January and early February. Nothing happened to me. And I can assure you, nothing will happen to you. It is better you do it than wait, and then you end up in ICU, and you can't help yourself. I feel great. Our Imam, Osman, have done that. Our other Imam, another Osman, I believe he's in the other room, he has done the vaccination. So I am encouraging you all, especially given the Ramadan, we intended to do Tarawih. We don't want to stand by each other and one of us have this disease and pass it on to somebody. We don't want that. So we are encouraging you, all of you, to please, I know what is going on, but someone like me who have done it and I haven't suffered any adverse, please, I can encourage you to do it. So register, and they will call you and give you a time to come back on 11 exact time. If you don't register, then you can't do it. Lastly, this masjid have a policy that follows city and state guidelines. No